For those of us who have trauma or have experienced trauma on the non-dual path, who have maybe tried a bunch of modalities, right? Maybe some sort of somatic work, some sort of retreat we've been on, inner child healing, all sorts of modalities. There can be a mechanism where we might meditate, for example. We're meditating, we're feeling pain in our body, and we practice something like loving kindness toward this pain that arises. May this be happy, may this be peaceful, may I be liberated. Or we do some sort of somatic process where we process and let go with the work that I engage with, for example, and we let go of this pain by integrating, feeling it out, seeing its view, seeing how it operates, and then stepping into something else. And we feel some relief. We're like, okay, relief. And then, and then we sort of have this, maybe we feel that relief for maybe as little as 30 seconds, or maybe as big as, 2 minutes, 30 minutes. But then we have this other apparatus, this other trauma mechanism that arises that is sort of waiting. It's like it's got a knife ready, just gently, that energetic background hum in our experience of, please don't have that come back, please don't have that pain come back, please don't have that pain come back, please don't have that pain come back. And it in and of itself creates this bracing mechanism, right? So we integrate and we release, but then there's this follow-up that is just, What if I told you that you can actually become aware of that process? What we're talking about here is resistance. So I want to spend a little bit of time elaborating what we can do to meet that part. First things first, we need to notice that that's happening through awareness, through clear seeing. If it's going on, if we feel that energetic background that's bracing for impact for when the trauma or the painful emotions come back, notice that it has a particularly intense buy-in and strong momentum to it. Just feel it. Importantly, so going from head to heart, we're going to feel that emotion in direct experience. We're going to breathe into it and give it space, give it volume. So going from head to heart, we're feeling. And that whole process is quite powerful because as I've illuminated in a previous video, why you keep believing painful narratives, which I'll put a card up here for you to watch. When we feel, and we feel wholeheartedly, not just like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, we're like, not that in this, Joseph Goldstein calls it more or less mindful, but when we're fully mindful of this experience, by bringing our attention and soaking it fully into that whole reactive apparatus, we're cutting off the mind road, the thoughts that say, it's going to get worse, I can't handle it, it's too much, please don't come back. Right? All of these thoughts are mitigated when we go away from being in the head to coming down and feeling the body and breathing in. Now notice though that this particular pattern can be really intense. It can feel like the sensations are so strong that to even be in contact with them for a short amount of time feels like it can be too much. And the narratives will be particularly convincing to buy into. So we just have to keep noticing that. We just have to simply keep noticing, wow, look at how my mind really wants to buy into that. How it really wants to keep justifying this process. And again, we feel it and we can open up to more spaciousness and experience by maybe dropping in a question like, who am I? Or just letting our mind relax into its source naturally to give that sensation more volume. And let's just ride out this sensation like a wave. And have the gentle intention, just that gentle intention from that sense of spaciousness. Maybe I can be with this experience. You know, having this attitude of non-resistance. Okay, maybe that sensation that I just processed and integrated, maybe it does come back. And that's okay. I can allow for that to happen. So we're riding out the energetic waves by deep feeling, coming into contact with those sticky and uncomfortable and icky places where our mind is habitually coming into resistance and buying into narratives of smallness and contraction. And just feeling fully and wholeheartedly with a gentle intention that it's okay, and even add in gentle compassion. And I just want to emphasize, just be mindful if those narratives come online again, and they'll say whatever they need to say to make you believe them. Like, oh, I even watched that video of Sam and I still keep bracing for trauma, right? And we feel that in the body, but we overlook that thought and we don't feel it in the body as such. And we don't cut off that mind road that keeps us believing in the narrative. But when we keep feeling, when we keep bringing it in, these parts of us that we have habitually avoided, we're building out our nervous system capacity, teaching ourselves that we really do have the capacity to be with these painful and uncomfortable experiences, that we don't have to buy into the narrative, which builds confidence and excitement in us, because we're like, wow, yeah, look at that really painful sensation I used to believe, that bracing sensation that was worried about trauma that's going to come back once I integrate something. And we just allow that, and we're like, wow, I actually can be with that. What else can I be with? Maybe that fear of like speaking my truth in public to people, for example. I could probably speak more on it, so let me know if you have any questions in the comments. And if you need more help with this sort of stuff, I want to get to know you personally. I love getting to know people. Book a clarity call with me and maybe we can work together, and I can help you out. Okay, much love. All the best.